a lovely human from one of the other platforms that I'm on, the one with the big F that actually pays me money, the blue square. If you wanted to follow me, it's there. I also have a YouTube and an Instagram. Yeah. Anyway, a lovely human asked me to talk about imposter syndrome, and I'm happy to do so because we talk about imposter syndrome a lot in therapy land. So, imposter syndrome is basically this belief that, like, you're a fake in your own sense of self, you're a fake in your own body. And this isn't specifically a neurodivergent thing, but holy cow, does it run rampant in the neurodivergent community. Like, holy cats, all of us, every single one of us, I think, deals with imposter syndrome on some level. And there's a lot of reasons for that. I mean, number one, first and foremost, is the tendency of masking. Most of us have spent a lifetime masking. Most of us have developed a persona, a presentation of self that almost becomes like identity when we are engaging. And unmasking can be just as difficult because we've spent so long being this other person that we actually don't know who we are. Like, do I even like chicken nuggets? Or am I a vegetarian? I don't know. But that's the thing, is we've developed this other persona, and we are terrified of somebody whipping back that curtain, just like in The Wizard of Oz, and finding out that the great and powerful Oz is actually just a flim-flam man from Oklahoma. So that's part of it, is nobody actually gets to know the real us. Well, very few people get to know the real us. Sometimes we don't even get to know the real us, so we feel like imposters in our own skull, in our own skin. Like, nobody actually knows who I am. Nobody actually knows that I'm incompetent, but this person that I've created is amazing and can do anything and knows all the things and can just like apply themselves to whatever because that's what we've created. But it's not who we are. It's not the internal self. It's not the anxious self. And those of us that are, in the neurodivergence, we feel like that's lying. We feel like at some point we're going to get found out, because being truthful and honest is important, but also not being ostracized is important. So it becomes this double-edged sword. So that's one of the factors that goes with imposter syndrome. Also, when we're looking at ADHD and autism, some days we have good days. Some days we have crappy days. Most days are kind of like flubby, bubby, mediocre, up and down. Like, some points are like, ooh, I did some cool shit. But a lot of it is just kind of like wibbly wobbly, not fun times. And we all kind of feel like, well, maybe I'm just faking it. Maybe I'm just faking ADHD. No, that's not what I want to play with. Maybe I'm just faking being autistic. Maybe I really am good at social cues and I just don't like people. Maybe I can make eye contact and I'm just, tired. I don't know. But that's the thing, is we all have these factors about ourselves that make us doubt who we are, because sometimes we can do stuff really good and it surprises us, and other times we just do good stuff and it's not even thinking about it, and then we realize we just did a whole bunch of cool stuff and we don't even know how I did the thing. Sometimes we might not remember the day, but other people are like, hey, you're really funny and you do cool stuff, and then you're like, I funny? No, just talking. Now I am compelled to be funny all the time. Oh god, my new identity is funny. Nobody actually knows who I am. And that's a big part of what goes on with us with imposter syndrome. We don't know ourselves. Other people don't know us. And we feel like at some point we're going to get found out. And, a lot of us are just kind of naturally lucky and fortunate in a lot of the ways we do things. Things just kind of work out, or we seem like really cool from the outside. But really we're just an anxious, hot mess that's just trying to struggle bust from day to day. And we present this, like, exciting, confident self sometimes, and except for when we don't, except for when we are in full-on burnout or rust out or are having meltdowns, and that makes us feel even worse, because we're like, oh great, is the meltdown me the real me? Well, the meltdown you is the real you, but it's just a part of you. It's not all of you. So we get stuck because we are too contemplative. We think about thinking altogether too much in our own minds, and we get ourselves all messed up and all twisted up, and yeah, it's hard. Imposter syndrome is just kind of part of who we are. But realizing that, like, the more you get comfortable with who you are, and the more you give yourself accommodation, and the more you give yourself that nice wide berth to be yourself and have those, like, comfortable-ish spaces. I don't want to say safe space, because I don't know that anybody actually feels 100% safe even inside their own head. But those comfortable spaces to explore and be who we are, which a lot of us don't really get, because a lot of us live in environments or systems where who we are would be not accepted or considered annoying or awful or stupid or wrong or bad or ... etc. and so forth. And a big trick is working slowly to find that community, find that space, find who we are, and get to the places that we need to be. And does imposter syndrome go away then? No. No, because then we're like, well, maybe now that things are actually good and easy, maybe now this isn't me either. Maybe I live in chaos, and when I'm not living in chaos, then I don't know what to do. But when I'm living in chaos, it feels comfortable. But I also hate the chaos because it's exhausting. There's a lot going on there. So there's a random brain all over the place dump on imposter syndrome. And here's the thing: is I'm a clinician. Like this is what I do for a living. I help people with their brains, but this is what it's like inside my own brain every day. I can help other people with their stuff all day long, but me, not always doing it. Don't take my own advice, which also makes me feel like an imposter